Friends, welcome to Bharat Marg, and we are so happy here. And we have Dr. Adityanjee with us, geopolitical expert. उनके लिए भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है अपना भारत मार्ग में. यू नो बहुत सारा ये तो बहुत चिंता एक विषय है दोस्तों. इसके बारे में हमारा बात होगा. हमारा आज बात होगा जिसके बारे में पूरा दुनिया बात नहीं कर रहा है. ओके, ये है मैं हिंदू हूं, क्या ये दोष है क्या मेरा? मैं बांग्लादेशी हिंदू हूं, मैं हेल्पलेस हूं और अनफॉर्चुनेट हूं. ओके, और किसी का ध्यान मेरा ऊपर नहीं आता है. ओके, क्योंकि उनका गिनती में भी मैं नहीं आता हूं. इसी के बारे में डॉक्टर आदित्य जी से बात होगा. और ये जो ये जो सत्ता पलट हुआ बांग्लादेश में, और उसका अब जो जिहादी रजीम को उधर बिठाया जाता है, जिसमें बोला जाता है कि अमेरिका का हाथ भी है, सीआईए का हाथ है, ये सब हम बात करेंगे. वी नो who else better to ask for than the geopolitical expert himself, friends, and we will ask. And but before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can, friends, because अगर हम नहीं करेंगे तो कौन करेगा, राइट? इसके बारे में तो पूरा दुनिया नहीं बात करती है. ऐसा मुंह बन के बैठी है कि कुछ हुआ ही नहीं हो. ओके, इसलिए आप जरूर इसको शेयर करें दोस्तों. और इसके अलावा हमारा बहुत सारा काम हो रहा है दोस्तों. ये जो अपना हमारा संस्कृत क्लास चलती है. ओके, हमारा कंप्यूटर का क्लास चलती है. बहुत सारा काम चलती है, वो क्या आप देख पाएंगे. ओके, एंड जहां भी आपको भाग लेना हो, जहां भी आपको रजिस्टर करना हो, सब फ्री में होता है हमारे द्वारा. ओके, आप भाग ले सकते हैं. और संस्कृत तो बहुत बढ़िया है. और मैथमेटिक्स का क्लास हो रहा है, वैदिक मैथमेटिक्स का क्लास हो रहा है. ओके, अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है कि हमारा जो काम है, ओके, इसके ऊपर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि हम सनातन प्रचार में लगे रहते हैं, अगर समर्थन करना है तो ये वीडियो को शेयर करें. और इसके अलावा दोस्तों हमें दान दे के भी समर्थन करें, ताकि हम अपना काम और कर रह सकते हैं. ओके, आगे भी. ओके, हमारा व्हाट्सएप नंबर इधर है. हमारा एवरी डे यू गेट अ वन धार्मिक मैसेज एवरी डे. यू कैन गेट इट बाय सेंडिंग अ व्हाट्सएप टू +16479644790 in the language of your choice. Okay, welcome, Dr. Adityanjee. So happy to have you here. You know, I'll say why people may be thinking. Okay, people may be thinking, why we are talking about a topic इतना गहरी है, राइट? इसमें हैप्पी किधर से आ गया, मैं क्यों संतुष्ट हूं. ओके, आपका उधर बहुत सारा नेचुरल कलामिटी हो रहा था इस हफ्ते, उससे आप सुरक्षित बाहर आए, आपका परिवार सुरक्षित है, इसलिए भी मैं संतुष्ट हूं. वेलकम.
धन्यवाद सुंदर भाई. मुझे इस समय कोई हर्ष की अनुभूति नहीं हो रही है, क्योंकि जो विषय हम चर्चा करने जा रहे हैं, जिस विषय पर, ये बहुत ही गंभीर है. ये विषम समस्या है, ये मानवाधिकारों के हनन की समस्या है, और इस पे पूरे विश्व ने चुप्पी साधी हुई है.
बिल्कुल भाई साहब, ये एक ही मिनट मैं लोगों को बता देता हूं. हु इज डॉक्टर आदित्य जी? फ्रेंड्स, यू शुड नो दिस मैन has been working on the silent genocide for how many years? For his entire life he has been working on it, on the genocides, and he has been putting light on it. You should listen to him. Okay, Dr. Sahab, I had to say you thank you, because you have been doing something incredible what the other people were afraid of doing. Please.
So it is a very, very serious issue that entire quote unquote civilized world after World War II, after Holocaust, said never again. But we are having a genocide of Hindus in Bangladesh at this point in time, as the new interim government is sworn. There are visuals, there are videos, there are very credible reports, not just single report, multiple reports of Hindus being attacked, Hindu temples being destroyed, Hindu women being raped, captured, people being killed in broad daylight, and that pattern continues to happen.
And whatever happened is Israel on that particular day is happening continuous. Can is that right, Doctor Sir?
Well, I would say that, Bangladesh is a story of ongoing Hindu genocide and ethnic cleansing from 1947 onwards. It did not matter that the territory was under control of Islamic Republic of Pakistan from 1947 to 1971. It was expected that if it is an Islamic Republic controlling the territory, they will persecute the Hindus. But after liberation of Bangladesh as an independent state, after liberation that was paid by the blood of Indian soldiers, after liberation of Bangladesh, when it emerged as a secular republic, we saw there was a CIA inspired coup in 1974 in which Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the freedom fighter, was killed. And since then, there has been a downhill course. It has not mattered whether which party has been in power, that ethnic cleansing, that cultural genocide, and now actual genocide of Hindu population in Bangladesh is continuing by any definition of United Nations Convention on Human Rights or Convention on Genocides. What is happening in Bangladesh, in the territory of Bangladesh, is a genocide.
And Doctor Sab, let me ask you a question on it. I know I can feel the pain on your face. क्या बोले हम, you know, but why do you think the world is silent? Because it's not Abrahamic religion.
The word is silent if you know that this is not the first time military inspired coup d'etats have happened in Bangladesh. The problem is that they changed the constitution and they changed the name of the country from Republic of Bangladesh to Islamic Republic of Bangladesh. They had this Vested Property Act or Enemy Property Act in which Hindus' properties were taken. The percentage of Hindus in territory of Bangladesh has steadily come down from around 24% in 1947 to now 8.7%. There are demographic projections that by 2050 there will not be any Hindus left in Bangladesh because of ongoing genocide. It is a ongoing destruction of people adhering to Hindu faith in that country. And unfortunately, the latest military coup that installed Muhammad Yunus, a professor of economics and possibly an agent of the Western deep states.
And jihadi.
Yes, in fact, as as late as 2 days ago, on television interviews, this gentleman was smugly saying that there is no targeting of violence against Hindus. These people are just students agitating for their democratic rights. And he totally disregarded whatever evidence is available in the international media on ongoing violence, perpetration of atrocities on Hindu population. In fact, temples have been attacked, temples have been burnt, businesses that are
These thankless people, Dr. Saab, they ate. Iskon temple was feeding them. उनको भूखे जब रहे फीड कर रहे थे, ये राक्षस उसको ध्वंस किए जहां इनको भोजन मिलता था.
I have seen the temple priest being, hung upside down, totally naked. I have seen visuals of women being raped and simultaneously being tortured physically. So the entire world is silent because it appears that Hindu lives do not matter to anyone. Where
Yeah,
is
and
liberty? Nations?
And
Where is United Nations? Where is Secretary General of United Nations General Assembly, who always is hyper reflexes to comment on any law and order situation anywhere else in the world, has talked about Gaza ad nauseum, but is totally silent? Where is the State Department? State Department not only says that we support the transition to democracy, but they also did not comment on slaughter of Hindus, those who's a original resident of that particular country. State Department has not dignified this situation or dignified itself with any comments. It has actually brought its reputation down by not condemning the ongoing genocide of Hindus and not exhorting the interim government. The first thing you will do wherever there is violence, atrocities being perpetrated, to ask the government that is in control. And in this situation, the military controlled interim government that is headed by Muhammad Yunus. And it is very clear from 2006 onwards that Muhammad Yunus has been in cahoots with US agencies, US political parties, US politicians. There are interviews of him in 2007 itself after getting the Nobel Prize for Economics. He said that he will form a political party. He wanted to be prime minister of the country. He started the political party. He could not sustain it after 3 months, saying he is withdrawing. But as late as 2 months ago, there was an interview by a Bangladeshi journalist in which he still said that he wants to become the head of the government in Bangladesh. And there are reports that things were brewing up for almost a year. The last government in Bangladesh was democratically elected. Yes, they were not completely safeguarding the interests of Hindu population in Bangladesh. I'm not implying that it was a sort of heaven for Hindus under Awami League government, but what is happening now was not happening. It is vengeance unleashed on the Hindu population in Bangladesh, and that is one of the reasons I'm wearing black. I'm wearing black as a sign of protest.
भाई साहब आप ये बोलिए, क्या मेरा 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 जो चमड़ी है गोरा नहीं है, ये मेरा गलती है क्या? यही मेरा गलती है क्या?
See, the human right discourse in the entire world is hijacked by politically inclined organizations that have tried to perpetuate the Western hegemony, and human rights have been politicized and weaponized. So nobody sees any human rights violations if it is against Hindus or against other indic religions. They are concerned only if the human right violations are pertaining to only certain religions.
Abraham, Abrahamic, that's
Yes,
it.
yes,
You know,
yes.
अब्राहमिक गैंग के ऊपर कुछ तो हो जाए, ये लोग बग बग कर देंगे, शाहीन बाग में इतना ये हो गया, उसमें ये हो गया, मगर इधर जेनोसाइड का ऊपर कुछ नहीं.
You know, the same thing is openly happening in Pakistan, is Islamic Republic of Pakistan. You know, but for their geopolitical machinations, the Western world keeps silent. And this is a blatant example. You know, this is nothing new. From 2014 onwards, they were, the ISIS conducted a genocide of Yazidis, who are neither Christians nor Muslims. They are, Yazidis are an Aryan tribe in West Asia.
सनातनी बेस.
Exactly. Again, same things happened. Nobody said anything. It was only after the genocide had happened, women had been raped, had been captured as sex slaves by the ISIS terrorists, that the Western countries started to pay lip service.
क्या 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 कर रहे थे? भाई साहब मैं आपको एक उदाहरण दूंगा. You know, there was a Yehudi girl in Canada who was sitting in the bus. You know, she got petrified. There was an interview from her. She got petrified. The ISIS guy who raped her and kept her as a sex slave was sitting just next to her seat on the other side
Uh, and in fact,
as
the
an asylum seeker.
yeah, there is this human rights activist by name Nadia Murad, who's a survivor of ISIS atrocities. She was herself captured. Her mother was slaughtered. Her brothers were slaughtered. She was kept as a sex slave, and Canadian government disallowed her interviews and documentaries, saying that they reek of Islamophobia. Here is a victim who has lived experiences, who is telling her story. She is a Nobel laureate. She has, uh, you know, a non-governmental. She has a non-governmental organization that speaks about plights of Yazidis, and her interview, her articles, her documentary is banned in Canada because it will ostensibly upset the Islamic population in Canada, and she was accused of being Islamophobic.
ये सब गोरे एक ही हैं भाई साहब. सही है नहीं है. You know better.
I don't want to talk in racial terms because we respect humanity at large. Having
मगर
said,
मगर मेरा तो रेस है ना भाई साहब. मेरा तो रेस है, मेरा तो कलर है. मैं क्या करूं?
uh, I think it's just not just the color issue. It's the entire. It's plain simple hostility towards Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma that Western world is
नॉन अब्राहमिक.
not only non-Abrahamic but specifically against Sanatan Dharma
Absolutely.
because for whatever reason the Western world is not reconciled that while they were roaming in jungles wearing animal skins, there was a well advanced, cognitively well advanced civilization in Bharat.
Yeah.
So
They,
anything,
their lies of the 2000-year-old is getting busted.
yes. So anything pertaining to Sanatana Dharma, anything pertaining to Hinduism, and it's not the color of the skin because there is other races that are non-white, but the hostility that is shown specifically towards Indians or Hindus, whether they are, you know, Hindus in any country, whether they are in Kashmir part of India, or they are in Pakistan, or they are in uh, Sri Lanka, or they are in Malaysia, uh, and now Bangladesh, the same hostility carries over. And Western world is always silent about it because apparently to Western human right fraternity, Hindu lives do not matter. Every other lives matter, but Hindu lives do not matter.
ये तो इनका तो ये पॉलिसी है भाई साहब. यू कैन एबल यू नो बेटर. ओके, यू कैन से मी दैट सी. इनका तो ब्लैक्स का कोई मतलब नहीं, जू का कोई मतलब नहीं. ये दे हैव रैंक्स. You have to look certain way, you have to follow certain thing, otherwise you are not even in the equation.
Unfortunately, this is
हिंदू का कोई मतलब नहीं.
unfortunately that is what we are witnessing at this point in time. And again, international community should be ashamed of itself. The Western nations that claim to be civilized, that claim to be democratic, in the past have supported military dictatorships in Pakistan. Now they are supporting a military dictatorship in Bangladesh in the garb of removing an authoritarian leader. That so-called authoritarian leader was elected four
Who
times.
has a who is a mass leader there?
Yeah, was four times democratically elected as prime minister of that country. The Islamic sponsored political parties ran away from the electoral field because they knew they could not win. So a whole narrative was built about being authoritarian or whatever, and ultimately she was forced to flee by the army chief, giving 45 minutes. This is no popular revolution. This is an army inspired coup in which the chief of the army of Bangladesh, the Bangladeshi president, and agents of the deep state are involved, with some support from Pakistan supported Jamaat-e Islami, and there's a China factor also.
Okay, now let me ask you some specific questions here. Okay, by some see, the Hindu community is running and escaping and coming to the borders of Bharat, seeking shelter. Okay,
Hmm.
on one side. Okay, whereas the Bharat. Okay, I want you to talk about Bharat. Okay, the India, the
Hmm.
mother of democracy. I want you to talk about that. That is, on the other hand, okay, the leader of Bangladesh who escaped have no place. She didn't choose a Islamic country to go and settle. She didn't choose a Islamic state to save her life. She ends up coming to the Hindu country, Hindu majority country, to save herself. How do you see this?
I think that's the irony. She could have gone to Saudi Arabia. She could have gone to all other Islamic countries. She could have gone to Pakistan. She could have gone to Malaysia. The interesting thing, again, I am talking about Western hypocrisy. As soon as she was made to flee the country, United States cancelled her visa. A democratically elected prime minister was toppled, and US cancels her visa. UK tells the Indian foreign minister that she will not be welcome in UK because the asylum laws do not support long distance asylum. You have to go to the nearest country. She is already in the nearest country, so she should seek asylum there. So again, these two giants that claim to be democratic actually turned a toppled democratically elected prime minister of Bangladesh, and they have not made any noise condemning the military coup. They have not made any noise about violations of human rights and ongoing ethnic violence and religiously targeted violence against Bangladeshi Hindus. And I think that is the saddest part. But since the interim government headed by Muhammad Yunus is saying that some, democratically arranged elections will be held in near future. Just now, Sheikh Hasina has announced that she intends to return back to Bangladesh to contest the elections as and when they are held. So she has called their bluff. She is saying she is in India temporarily. She is not going to run away. Her party is not going to run away. And she has basically said, let them hold the elections. I will come and I
And
will.
that is one of the largest party in the country, even today.
Yes, yes. It is a minority. The jihadi Jamaat-e Islami and Bangladesh National Party, the BNP, never had the majority. Four successive elections they lost, and in the last two elections, BNP refused to participate in the election. You know, how come you claim the elections not to be fair when you yourself refuse to participate because you know that you are going to lose? You don't have popular
Absolutely.
support.
Absolutely. And I have a question regarding Bharat now. Okay, we are just coming out. Yeah, see how the leaders of US are laughing. Man, these people call they have roots from India. Okay, but their only motto is to destroy Hindus, degrade Hindus. That's it.
Uh, Look, let's go in deeper into this coup. The attempts were made for almost a year. When there was a conference on democracy in White House, Pakistan was invited, But Bangladesh, with a democratically elected government, was not invited. That was in 2023. Biden administration has been making noises that Bangladesh is going away from democracy, blah blah blah. They wanted to sanction uh, the State Department officials, who are usually referred to as colloquially as regime change agents, Victoria Nuland and Donald Lu, who is the Assistant Secretary of State for South Asia and Southeast Asia. They had made multiple visits. And now it is coming out that in one of the meetings, Donald Lu allegedly told Hasina that United States wants a base in St. Martin's Island in Bangladesh because they want to keep an eye on China. And if that base was to be given to United States, she can continue to be prime minister. That kind of they are kind of, I don't know whether they are true or not, but there are kind of rumors going around that it was said. And Sheikh Hasina herself openly had said that a white man had come and told me that if I allow carving out of a Christian country out of Bangladesh and Myanmar,
Yes, yes, yes.
I will
That was
continue
my
to be
next question.
prime minister.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on which is behind the scenes. We cannot confirm or deny every particular statement. We cannot fact check everything. But whenever wherever there is smoke, there is fire. There's no fire without smoke. So there is some truth to what was going on. And for the chief of the army staff to refuse to carry orders of the prime minister and tell her to leave within 45 minutes, otherwise she'll be allowed to be mob lynched by the marauding, jihadi thugs outside her residence. She was not allowed to record her statement, addressed to the nation before leaving. I think it tells you that there was a pre planned conspiracy uh, to bring out a regime change using students' popular cause as a excuse, just as an excuse. Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
means what student popular cause? So Hindus are getting lynched for what? For student popular cause, that is different thing. Okay, now my another question to you on this aspect, Dr. Adityanji, is do you think the West failed to get rid of Modi, and now they want the surroundings of Bharat to be destabilized?
Look,
Because the other side of the agents of China and British, China and America are already talking regime change like Bangladesh in Bharat now. How do you see it?
l- look, attempts are made. There's nothing new. There was time when Indira Gandhi used to be prime minister. She used to say that there's a foreign hand in India, and there have been foreign hands of all kinds. KGB was paying money to Congress Party and Communist Party. That is very well known. It is written in Mitrokin archives. Indira Gandhi had alleged that there's a CIA agent in a cabinet. You know, we know that some Congress leaders were reporting to agencies in West about what is happening about Indian nuclear program. And some statements made by the current opposition leader in India, Rahul Gandhi, were like that there's already kerosene all over India, and all it requires is lighting a matchstick, okay, and there'll be fire everywhere. So there have been attempts. India is too big a country to be controlled by any agency or deep state. Let me be very clear about
Now how do you see, okay, India, okay, a stable democracy, but surrounded by Bangladesh, where there is a regime change, appointed leader in Pakistan. How do you see this? China on one side.
it. I think time has come for India to be more assertive in the region. I'm being just very straightforward. Time has come for India to be more assertive in the region. I think too much of goodness is not good. Uh,
Wow.
for the survival of the nation. Somebody has said that, too much of tolerance is not good because it leads to the elimination of the civilization, because highly tolerant people tolerate intolerant people, and in the end, intolerant people eliminate the tolerant people. That has happened historically. Civilizations don't die, they commit suicide. And my hope is that indic civilization does not commit suicide by being so tolerant of the adversaries that if they slap you on one face, you offer the other cheek. One side of the face, you offer the other side. That needs to stop. India as a nation state and India as a civilizational state needs to assert her own independence, her own existence, and needs to safeguard her own interests in her backyard.
Absolutely. Excellently put, Dr. Adityanjee. Want to say thank you. There is no other way how you finished is the best finish. Anybody can hear it. And want to say thank you, friends. Just let us know what do you think of Dr. Adityanjee's opinion that, civilization never die. They do suicide. Okay, do you agree that too? And what do you think of the media, the western countries and countries around the world in general being quiet, okay, on the genocide of Hindus? Are you upset too? Just do let us know. How are you affected and how do you feel? Dr. Adityanji, thank you very much for joining us and pouring your heart out. And I can feel the pain in your face. You are not just talking. People here seeing you, seeing the pain on your face. Okay, it means
Uh,
wow.
Thank you, Sundar Bhai.
Thank you for what you are doing anyway. Okay, we
And
look.
I could send my message across.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Looking forward to seeing you again very soon, sir. Till then, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Jai Sri Ram.